All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And we are 2 days post Mr. Olympia weekend. And I want to come on here and go pose for pose in the 212 division for Shaun Clarida and Keone Pearson. And in my opinion, why I think Shaun Clarida should have won the 212 division this year and regained his third Mr. Olympia title. Right now, full disclosure, I am friends with Shaun Clarida. He has been on the Muscle Discord podcast before, and he is a part of Mutant Supplements, which I am also a part of. That being said, that does not give me the bias, in my opinion, to make Shaun the winner of this show. I'm going pose for pose to show you why. Front double bicep, I have Shaun winning this pose. Why? Look at the quads. Look at the separation and the density. Okay? The back double bicep pose. Who wins this pose? In my opinion, Shaun does. Okay? Keone has good symmetry in this pose. But the upper back, look at the upper back around the traps area. Look at the 3D muscle that's popping out of Shaun's back. The conditioning, there's vascularity in the back. It's so conditioned. You have Keone, who has more of a flat back, right? He needs to develop his back more. The glutes and the hamstrings are more developed on Shaun. And plus, they're more conditioned. Like, it's case closed on the back double bicep. That goes to Shaun Clarida, right? There's just nothing more that really needs to be said there. Back, rear, lat, spread. This is closer, okay, you guys? The symmetry on this pose is better on Keone, right? The 3D muscle is better on Clarida here. But I will give this pose to Keone. Even though Keone is less conditioned, the size of his back is bigger. This is the rear lat spread. That's what it's about. It's wider than Shaun's. The conditioning obviously still isn't on par with Shaun, but when I look at this pose side by side, I have to give it to Keone. Front lat spread. This pose, to me, goes to Shaun Clarida. I just look at the quads, the conditioning, the shape and symmetry. You could say, well, does that go towards Keone or Shaun in this pose? The delts on Keone poke out more, so he gets more of the X frame in this pose versus Clarida. But overall, the conditioning, the muscularity, just the overwhelming impact from this shot, especially when it's live, it's a different story, guys. This is just photos right now. We're going to get in the video. Side tricep. That goes to Shaun Clarida. This just destroying him in this pose. If you think about the muscularity, the conditioning, the fullness of the muscle, the shape, Shaun edges Keone out in this pose. It's close. But because Shaun has that extra conditioning, the vascularity, the muscularity, the size, and the shape, in my opinion, he edges out Keone. He makes Keone look almost kind of soft in this pose. Right? You have to look at these details. You can't just look at the symmetry of Keone and be like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so nice, but what else does he bring to the table? Right? So the tricep goes to Clarida. Side chest. That also goes to Clarida. Who wins this pose in your opinion? Keone looks very soft here. Look at the arm. Right? Look at the delt. The chest. The side quad. It's just not at the level of Shaun, in my opinion. So Shaun, in my opinion, wins the side chest pose. Symmetry is good on Shaun. It's all there, full. All the muscles are in line with another. That goes to Shaun. Abs and thigh. Now, Keone won't hit an ab and thigh. You know why? Because his abs are kind of messed up. Okay, there's a big gap in between his abs when he crunches down. So and I'm sure his coach said, don't hit that ab thigh. Don't crunch it down like you're supposed to. It's not ab and vacuum thigh. Okay, it's ab and thigh. But I'll give it to Keone. He wins this pose. Shaun's abdominal wall, I will admit, is getting a little thick. And that's something that he needs to work on. I'm going to be real about it. His midsection needs to come in. He needs to work on that. And that's some criticism I will give to Shaun. But when you look at the 4K video and you look at the quality of the muscle of the two-time Mr. Olympia 212 champ, you gotta knock the champ out. You can't just come in less conditioned, but with pretty lines and symmetry and a nice front double bicep pose, and that's enough to beat the champ now. Right? I mean, have they lowered the standard now to beat the reigning two-time Mr. Olympia, who comes in unbelievable shape? The quality of Shaun's muscle is on another level. It's on Ronnie Coleman level. His symmetry is still good. His waist, albeit a little bit thicker now because of the more muscle mass that he's holding, that's noted. But it's not enough to make him lose the entire show. I don't see that. That's taking it a little extreme by the judges. Just because Keone looks so pretty and has such, clean lines. There's got to be more than that. There's got to be more than that. If that's the new standard, you're going to have guys coming in way less condition that have really, really phenomenal symmetry that are winning these shows. Just look at the difference, right? It's night and day. Look at the thickness of the skin. It's not nearly as dense and conditioned as Clarida. He looks, if he was more conditioned, yeah, there's potential for him to beat Shaun. But he's just lacking in that conditioning, in that muscularity, in that overwhelming kind of shock that Shaun brings. I can't have him winning. Not yet. I think he's in line to win. I know he won. I know he's the Mr. Olympia 212. But I just, guys, leave a comment below on what you think. Do you have Shaun winning or do you have him losing? I know he lost, but going pose for pose and really dissecting it and going over the criteria to win each pose. Does Keone beat him in all the poses? No, I just went through them. It's my opinion, but look at his midsection there. It's distended a little bit. There's a huge gap in his ab wall there. That's why he won't hit the ab and thigh. He won't crunch it down. He won't dare do it because he knows how it does not look good. Look at it right there. You can fit a baseball in between his abs right there. And people are making fun of Clarida's midsection. Come on, guys. Point that out. Talk about Keone's, he's got messed up abs. To me, that throws off his physique. To me, that's a flaw in his physique. And you look at the scorecards, it was all first. He got five. Right? And Shaun got 10. That means all the judges had Keone winning. I just don't see it. I don't see it. There's other professionals there, Chris Aceto, to name a few. There's other pros that were saying, man, it's Branch Warren, all had Clarida winning, hands down. And they all know Keone. They're all friends with Keone. So leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, appreciate you guys. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.